Hello. Okay, I'm recording this quick video because shit is going down. I knew this already, probably talked about it on my Instagram a bit, but I wanted to make this video to be on my website for a few months just to cover the basics of what we all are dealing with pretty much until January 2025. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about the astrology. Here we are. So this is where the planets are right now when I'm recording this video. Now, Pluto has just retrograded back into Capricorn from Aquarius. And funnily enough, as I'm recording this, the rising sign is in Capricorn, so perfect time to be talking about this. So Pluto has been in Capricorn for a long time, like literally like the past at least 8 years. Pluto's definitely over 8 years. Pluto in Capricorn. This is what happens when I make stuff on the fly. Yeah, since 2008, actually. And this is a big kind of identifier because what happened in 2008, you know, that stock market crash, I don't know, I was really young. But or real estate market crash, like shit, just the vibe changed in 2008. And so this is the ending of that cycle. This is the last time that Pluto will be in Capricorn. For, you know, all of our lives because Pluto has to make it all the way around the wheel. But the very last time Pluto is going to be in Capricorn. So we're tying up a lot of lessons that have been in our lives in the collective energy since 2008. And maybe even before if like Pluto's retrograde cycle was there, but I haven't looked that far back. Anyway, so keep 2008 in your mind. And Pluto recently was in Aquarius. We all kind of felt this a little bit more freedom or rebelliousness. I know with the government of Canada, where I do work full time, a great example is, you know, people fighting for like, hey, teleworking was awesome. Like, can we get more of that back? People realizing and kind of pushing back against some Capricorn themes of structure that we were used to having for the past, you know, decade, 20 years, whatever it might be. So Pluto moving into Aquarius, it'll move back again in January. This is where we're all kind of feeling a lot of discomfort because things are transforming. We are all wanting to work towards that transformation. So, September, October, November, December into January, the next 5 months are pretty intense where we're moving through a lot of discomfort. So, this kind of collective energy with government return to office. Is a great example, but there's so much else going on in everyone's personal lives, you know, and with the elections coming up in the US, with I think there's a by-election in Canada, that kind of stuff, and the politics or communities you're part of, and the politics embedded in those communities are likely to come up and cause some discomfort as well because Capricorn rules themes of authority, themes of, you know, the bigger picture here. So things like government structures and other structures in your life. So Capricorn's influence and Pluto being in Capricorn for this little bit is also changing the structure in other structures in your life, your family dynamics, your financial structures, your friendship structures, how you literally structure your day-to-day life. These things are changing from big to little ways, and my biggest tip is to be mindful and recognize where things are changing. Instead of being frustrated with the change, be like, oh, this could be a change that is helping me progress, helping me grow in some way. And what area will it help you grow? Check out where Capricorn and Aquarius fall into your chart. Examine those themes and examine them in relation to, you know, your sun, moon, and rising as well. Now, another big element of discomfort is also coming from Uranus retrograde. Uranus is also at the tail end degrees here of Taurus, but is going to be in Taurus still for a hot second. Let me check my ephemeris. Taurus, yeah, it's gonna still be there for a bit. I think it's not until next September that it moves into Gemini. Yeah, it's in Gemini in July. So this is something to keep in mind is that we know this is like the last year of Uranus and Taurus, and its retrograde is also getting us to think of things. So these are two planets in retrograde in Earth signs. Earth signs are stable. Earth signs are, what keep things that keep us grounded, obviously. So we're feeling untethered. Our things that keep us grounded are getting shaken up. And Uranus is the planet of sudden change and innovation. Pluto is a planet that represents transformation, represents death and rebirth, represents like these deep subconscious transformations or spiritual and soul-based transformations. There's been less research on Pluto because there's so much more to discover with Pluto and its cycles. It needs to be studied, across many people's lives and collectively for us to kind of have more insights to it. But Uranus definitely representing those sudden changes that come up in our lives. So both of these happening at the same time, they are in a trine together. See this blue line here? That means they're 120 degrees apart. So this is where there's literally a stable energy of the shape. Like it's like a stable earthquake. Like it's like these two things are both shaking you up and causing some tension, especially in Virgo season. As we move later in Virgo season, Virgo, the sun is going to make it a direct grand trine in the sky by the end of Virgo season. So by September 22nd, 23rd, we'll have that grand trine with all of these planets, and things are going to become more and more clear, but also Mercury. Mercury, the planet that rules Virgo, is also going to reach to those degrees, have a grand trine later in October. So all of these things are going to become more clear. This is where an astrology check-in or a greater astrology consultation is going to help you identify what things are shifting right now, how to handle them. But my best tip is mindfulness, making sure you have time to just be silent and not worry about things. If that's hard for you, make sure you get some therapy sessions in or do physical activity where you can have that escapism from whatever instability or changes you're feeling right now, because this is a big time of upheaval and change with people's life structures and general kind of sustainability. So be gentle with yourselves is my biggest takeaway. And I hope this video is short enough for me to upload on my website, but there's so much more I could talk about as well. So feel free to send me a message, check out my astrology check-ins if you want like a bite-sized information, and my consultations until January are going to be $125 for an hour to 90-minute session with me, and we can get into some nitty-gritty and beyond. Okay, thanks.